This conference will now be recorded.
I'd like to call the August 10th Commissioners Meeting to order for Lake Stevens Sewer District, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This is Commissioner's one's baritone, I think. All right, so that brings us to public forum. Yeah, go right ahead. You just identify yourself and whatever 2-3 minutes of whatever you'd like to share with the commissioners.
Yeah, no worries. My name is Rod Gard. I live at 915 South Lake Stevens Road. We purchased the house and closed on it, I think, in May of 2021.
Okay.
But just as a reminder for the commission, the seller at the time of their sale had an issue where there was improvements made to the boathouse. The boathouse improvements triggered some work with the city. That led to the I don't know how, but somehow it led to the sewer district getting involved and saying it needed 2 connections because there was an additional dwelling unit. After roughly, I don't know, 18 months of litigation with the city, county, ecology, state, shoreline boards, everybody, it was deemed back to its fine the way it was as a non-dwelling unit, and that it was just a extension of the property, just like any other outbuilding or whatever. That led to me working with I think it was Mr. Jonathan Hicks, and we rescinded all of the work that was done and basically put it back to being a single connection for the property and whatnot. At that time, I had requested that the payments that were made for the double connections that were in error to be funded. I was told that that was not an option, and I was just coming to understand why, because it was never supposed to be connected that way, and nothing changed. There's no physical connection changes, nothing happened. And so my ask of the commission is if you guys can help me by understanding why I had to pay for 2 connections, which I can understand at the time. Everybody said, hey, you pay for 2 connections, you pay for it. But then it was being back to it didn't need 2 connections, it just needed a single connection, which the Lake Stevens Sewer District also, which is why it's set up that way.
Okay. So I guess, so I appreciate the statement. If this has gone through litigation, what I would suggest is that we take that question and provide a written and formal response back to you that answers that question. So
Yeah.
that everything is.
Yeah, and I've sent all that documentation. Okay. Mr. Dix and Mariah both have it.
Okay.
And I think they had reviewed it with the commission, and the commission had accepted the terms from the Attorney General's office stating that this is a single property, it's not an additional dwelling unit, and that's why the commission agreed to making it a single connection as it was supposed to be. The specific question is why can't the refunds exist for the period of time where we were being charged for 2, was I would call it erroneous charges because it was not correct.
So I think we understand the question. Yes?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. And what time frame can we provide a formal written response as an answer? Couple weeks. All right. So 2 weeks. We're on the 10th. That makes the math easy. By the 24th, you'll have a written response to your specific question.
And I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Like I said, if there was something odd or unique, I'm just, it's quite a bit of money for us, and we paid it in good faith, going through the process, and it wasn't, it's really identical to how it's been for the last 4 years.
Fair enough. All right. Appreciate it. Anybody else? No? Go to the virtual wall. Anybody on the virtual wall that would like to address the commission? Okay. Any cards or letters?
No.
Okay. That closes the public forum. We have an agenda in front of us. Any changes other than the lien placements that went from 61 to 62? That's noted. Anything and under consent items? Anything else? Any other changes?
That's the only change.
Okay. I like the agenda. If my fellow commissioners like the agenda, I'd entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
I will second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Approved. All right.
consent items. We have consent items in front of us, all previously reviewed by the commission, A through technically J. If we like the consent items, I would look for a motion.
I make a motion to approve consent items A through J.
And I will second that motion.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, consent items passed. All right, no old business today. We have one item under new business. We're down to item 7. A, resolution 1052, authorizing the state, authorizing the sale or trade-in of surplus personal property. I assume Ms. Lowe will have some additional details.
I do. Okay, so resolution 1052 is for the trade-in or sale of the forklift that was at the treatment plant. So a few board meetings ago, the board approved the purchase of a new forklift that's a higher capacity for us to complete the work that we need to do. So as part of that, we'd like to surplus the current one that we have. In order to do so, the board needs to authorize it as surplus property. And then we post it in the newspaper for 2 consecutive weeks, accepting any bids, or we have the trade-in value that the company we are purchasing the new one from is offering us on it. So that is it.
All right, questions, comments from my fellow commissioners?
No,
I guess-
sounds straightforward. I can make a motion for resolution 1052, authorizing the sale or trade-in of surplus property.
Okay.
I second it.
So we have a first and a second. Discussion. I just have one question before we vote. Is have we checked the city to see if they would like the?
We have not.
Okay. Gene, like a forklift?
I will have Aaron reach out to Mariah.
Okay. So I'm fine with. I think we can still move forward on the vote on surplusing. I guess the only amendment I would say to the would be that we'll check with the city of Lake Stevens first and see if there's a path there that's of interest, and if not, then we move forward with surplusing.
On the Mitsubishi, which was the last one that we did, we had offered it to the city, and then they submitted a bid just like anybody else did.
Okay.
So we will specifically make sure that they get the posting for this one.
Okay.
And
all right.
if they're interested.
Okay. So we can cover it in how we have it currently. Okay. We'll just take that extra. Okay. Very good. All right. I'll call for the vote then. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Very good. Managers reports. Our GM.
All righty. Plant flow is at 2.37 million gallons per day right now. Our total inorganic nitrogen through July was 62,548 pounds, which is 49% of our annual total, which is doing really great. Caring by Sharing has about $101 in it. That's almost enough to help one family. And I'm going to keep going into the assistant GM.
Please do.
GFCs, we've sold 66.3 GFCs so far this year and 103 permits. We have Centennial Short Plat next Friday is going to be the pre-con for that project. You'll recall this one is the important hinge for the 131st Street extension to get it to the city's public works shop. So that project is on its way. Heisey will start construction later this month. So that includes another lift station that will be part of our system donated. And then a reminder, our Thursday meeting, regular meeting for August 24th is going to be moved to Tuesday, August 22nd at 9 a.m. And that was due to issues getting a quorum on Thursday.
All right.
And that's all I've got.
All right. Any questions from my fellow commissioners?
Not for me. It sounds good.
All right. I see a visual indication that Commissioner 2 is happy as well. Move to the city report. Anything we want to share on behalf of the city?
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Sunset Beach is under construction. That's a big project. Super excited about it. Rebuilding that park, and we'll have a new dock out there as well. So super excited about that. And then we're working on closing out the Costco project, and I know Mariah will be involved in this as well. There's a lot of moving parts on that project, a lot of construction bonds that'll move to maintenance bonds, and properties deeded over, stormwater ponds accepted, all of that kind of stuff will need to be closed out. And so we started those discussions late last week, and we'll be meeting pretty much every week for the next month or so to try and get that project closed out. A lot of moving parts. Other than that, it's business as usual.
All right. Thank you very much. Commissioners report. We'll start with Commissioner number 1, Mr. Lawrenson.
Well, good morning, everybody. Not much. Just want to thank the staff and everybody for a job well done. We did the Aquafest parade, and having a lot of our employees that wanted to participate was fun. Really enjoyed it. It's great to connect with our community. The only other thing I would add is I know I will be out of town at the next meeting, but I will remote in. And then I would just ask my fellow commissioners, I know there is a conference for WASWAD coming up in September, and I'd love to see you guys plan around that and join myself and staff at that conference.
All right. Thank you very much. Commissioner Wright.
Hi. My sentiments actually are equal to Dan today. Specific thanks to Mariah and all her work for Aquafest and the many hands that went into that. And I thought that was just a great community effort. So thank you for your volunteer work and the other staff who also volunteered in the community. I think it makes a big difference to, in your spare time, put forth that kind of effort. And I am going to the WASWAD meeting next month and looking forward to learning more. And that's it for me today.
All right, fantastic. Yeah, and the only comment I have is I am amazed during the parade how many people were anticipating the Everybody Poop stickers. That was a surprise to me, but they're a hot commodity, and I still have 3 that I've saved for family members. So with that, I do not believe we have an executive session.
Let's do 5 minutes.
Oh,
Please.
Okay. No problem at all. So,
based on pending or potential litigation.
Okay, so we're recess into executive session for, let's take it to 20 after the hour, just to make it nice and even and easy to track on that clock to my right. Ms. Jordan, do you want to do the preamble on that?
Sure. The Lake Stevens Sewer District Commission will now move into executive session pursuant to RCW 4230-110 subsection 1 subsection I to discuss with legal counsel representing the agency matters relating to pending litigation to which the agency is a party. The executive session will conclude at 9:20. At the conclusion of the executive session, the commission will adjourn the board meeting with no related announcements or actions taken.
All right.
This conference will now be recorded.
All right, as promised, we're back in, we concluded our executive session, back in regular session. No decisions to be made. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I second it.
Look at that, a double motion, a double second. All in favor?
Aye.
In stereo. All right, it passes. Thanks, everyone. Have a great
Thank you,
day.
everyone.